Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I, Megha Patel, welcome you all in the third session of the CTET guiding session, guiding classes, we can say. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if it's visible or not. Yes, is screen visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So today we are going to deal with the subpoint that is influence of environment and heredity on child's growth and development as the main or the major point of this unit is, or the title of the unit is child development and pedagogy. Under that banner, we need to cover the point that is influence of environment and heredity. Okay, moving ahead, the growth and development. Fine. We can say environment and heredity is the are the affecting factors of growth and development, right? Uh, I have inserted the graph here, but due to the technical error, you cannot see that graph. Okay, fine. The affecting factors, that is environment and heredity. Let us have the introductory note on heredity first. First of all, what is heredity? That we need to understand. That is a, we can say a genetic factors or a qualities or the characteristics, or we can say feature that genetically transmitted from parents to offspring is, we can say, called heredity. Or we can say that qualities that we that transmitted from parents to their child, or we can say to the generation to generation, that is called heredity. Yes, you all know the basic meaning of heredity. Yes, human beings have a common genetic structure that determines the course of their development. Yes, this means there are basic similarities in the structure and functions of their bodies and differences between humans and the other species. Yes, we as a human have the similar characteristics that differentiate us from the other species, right? So that is our common characteristics. We can say common human characteristics, but in that characteristics, we all have different body growth patterns or genetic structures that is based on the our parents, right? So that is we can say heredity. Okay, points we need to cover in heredity is, uh, first of all, body growth. A child, have a body patterns or the shape of the body, size of the body on the basis of their parents. Means similarly, if the parents have a body mass, or we can say a fatty, yes, a figure or a size of the body, similarly the child can have the type of body structure from the parents, and that is because of the hereditary, right? Hereditary factor, or we can say that is the genetic factors that affects the measurement of the body or growth of the body. Okay. Second is a race. You can understand that we all have the race that we developed, or we what we can say adopted from our parents, right? The third point is illness and disease. Yes, illness and disease is also one of the point where we can say that we all, a child have that particular disease from the parents. If the parents are diabetic, or they are suffering from blood pressure, or they are having thyroid, the child is supposed to be, or we can say in future they are probable to have that disease, right? Because it transmitted to generation. So these are some disease and illness, or that a child might have in future if the parents are suffering from such kind of disease, and it affects the development, the growth and development of the child, definitely, right? Some climate and seasonal changes that are also a hereditary factor that transmitted to the child from the parents. For example, if they are having, or if they are suffering from any kind of climate or seasonal disease like allergic sneezing, uh, it is likely to, a child is likely to have that particular disease in future or any time in their lifespan from their parents because of that genetic structure, and this all affects their growth and development, right? Okay, secular trend. Yes, a secular trend is also one of the aspect that a child develop or a child gained from the parents, right? If the parents are following Vaishnav dharma, the child is supposed to follow that only. The and the the religion, the secularism is also related with the mental development of the child, the development, moral development of the child. So it also affects the child's development. The religion, the religious beliefs decide the way of a child's life, right? So it is also one of the factor that child gains from the we can say gain from heredity. Yes. Moving ahead, brain development, it is also a point which is basically depend on heredity. If see one, there is one a proverb, or we can say we generally used to say in Gujarati that doctor na dikro doctor જ હોય and teacher na dikra teacher જ હોય એમ. એ શેના બેઝ ઉપર આપણે કહીએ છીએ? On what basis we are saying that? Because it is also having a valid reason that if the parents mind is developed in such a way, the child is likely to have that interest only, because the child is, by growing up, the child is observing the parents in their particular field. So a child is likely to have that field only, right, or adopt that occupation only. So the brain development is also depend on heredity, we can say. This is one way explanation of brain development. The second one is, if the parent of a particular child is smarter, or they can adopt everything easily, the child is supposed to go in that way only. So that is also a second explanation of a brain development, and there are many in brain development, right? So what the common point that we need to focus on is, ultimately the development of the brain, the mental development is also at some extent depend on the heredity, which we have or which we adopted from our parents, which a child adopt from the parent, right? Okay, moving ahead, psychological disturbances. Yes, if a parent is suffering from any psychological disease, a child is also at risk of that, suffering from their disease or deficiency, we can see. Because it almost, yes, we discussed that hormonal, that hormones we have from our parents, from our, from generation to generation, the hormones is passing through. So it is likely to have the same characteristics passing from generation to generation. Genetic, okay, psychological disturbances also. So if our parents are suffering from such kind of psychological disturbances, a child is supposed to have that also. So it also affects the development, growth and development of the child, right? So you know yes, once Vivekananda said that on education, that sound mind is resides in a sound body, right? So first of all, your body should be, fit, should be sound. Only then the sound mind can be reside in the in that body. So you need to physically fit first of all, then psychologically, then mental. Only then the sound development, harmonious development of a child can be possible. Yes, genetic disorder, if yes, the same thing is also there. If parent is suffering from such kind of disorder, a child is likely to have that disorder in present or in future, right? So and it affects their development of a child, right? And personality, obviously. If a child is observing their parent, or their parents personality, they try to adopt their personality in in their own life. A son is, observing a male child, we can say a male child is observing her father's behavior and try to adopt the behavior from her father, from his father, sorry, from his father. So the personality development is also, you know we can say depend on heredity, or they can try to adopt personality of father, like personality. And same in daughter's case, right? uh, a daughter is, or a girl child is observing her mother's behavior and try to adopt her personality in her personal life. So it is also based on, and that affects their growth and development. We ultimately need to connect these all points with the development of child, right? So how it affects the development of child, that we need to keep in mind. Okay. What I need to add is, yes, see, in heredity, a child is also have a color, hair color, color of her, of their eyes, body feature is also, they gain from the parents. So these are the some points that we need to cover in the heredity point. Now moving ahead, environment, how environment affects the growth and development of the child. First of all, physical surroundings, how physical surroundings affects the development of the child. Okay, can anybody tell me how physical surrounding affects the development of child? You can tell in your own words, right? It is very simple. You can this point is very easy to understand, so you can explain it in a better way. Yes, can anybody tell me how physical surroundings affect the child's development? Yes. Okay, fine. Let me give you one example. If I say there is one family who is very poor, or we can say the financial condition of that family is not that much good, that they can afford some expensive gifts or expensive, we can say, teaching learning materials for their child. And there are okay, fine, and on the other side there is a second family who can afford anything for their child. Both the child are learning in a same school, but one's parents is not able to, is not capable to buy expensive teaching learning materials for that particular child. On the other side, the child who can afford, or his parents can afford everything for him, right? Ultimately, do you think that the these essentials affect their learning? Can anybody tell me the can anybody tell me the answer of this question? Does the yes, yes.
Ma'am, it will definitely affect the what we can say development of the child, because
Yes.
the one who is having a socio-economic on the well background,
Yes.
he is very he will get everything what he wants, whatever he wants, means iPad and
Hmm.
all that. And maybe right now, so seeing on the current situations, right now we are having online classes.
Hmm.
Maybe there are some poor families, those who cannot afford a what we can say tablet also, so he will miss the class, and his
Yes.
and it will affect his studies. And overall, means he will be means having a such kind of inferior personality also, that I
Yes.
am not having these things. And the other one will be having a superior personality because he is having all the things.
Yes. Definitely. So we can say inferiority complex developed in child when they are not having the enough stuff for the learning, right? So physical surrounding is also very important, plays a very important role in child's development, because they should have at least minimum stuff, or minimum, we can say, utensils for their learning. Okay, that is about a physical surrounding. So physical, the child should have a proper physical surrounding, so that or in which they can feel comfortable, and they can uh, learn comfortably. The second is geographical conditions. Same, we can say, same example we can take, one from a poor family, or come from the slum area, and the one child who is belong to the rich family and came from the high society. Geographical condition also affects the child's development, right? If there is no such learning environment in the surrounding, in the neighborhood, the child is not able to concentrate on that particular learning. So your geographical condition, or child's geographical condition, is also very much important in learning, in the development of child. If you are surrounding, your surrounding or your neighborhood is like, there is no such things related with learning, or there are no such people who is concerned about the education, you are not supposed to take education, right, in an effective way. Or a child is not supposed to divert in that way of education. So your geographical condition is also very important child's geographical condition is also very important in the development of child, right? The third one is family environment. Can anybody tell me anything in this point? How family environment affect a child's development? It is very easy. You can have your own understanding also in this point, right?
If his or her family environment is not good, means parents
Hmm.
are drunkard or they are not
Yes.
proper attention to that, then the child's concentration always means he cannot concentrate on his studies, he or she, and it will affect his studies as well as his personality also,
Yes,
because
definitely.
whatever he will see, whatever he will observe, he will try to imitate at some point not, we can say,
Yes.
because I have done my internship from Dodakua. I
Yes.
I am aware of that thing, that we went to their region, and their
Mm-hmm.
grandmothers and grandfathers were saying abuses in front of them, to
Yes.
them only, in
Hmm.
front of us also.
Oh.
We were shocked that what kind of environment they are getting, but they will learn that kind of things only.
Mm-hmm.
They will go to, if such kind of student comes to an
Hmm.
English medium school, and he will create lots of nuisance there.
Yes.
He will not allow other students to learn
Learn.
properly, because he will teach them something different, that is not
Yes.
ethical also.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
in such a way, family environments is very important for this.
Yes. 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 For child's development, family environment is very important.
Yes, and if
Family.
environment
Yes,
is really
Maitri.
positive, it is really positive and encouraging, then a
Yes.
child can develop like anything. But as this my fellow mate said, that if it is for very negative way, and if full of abusing nature and all, then child will definitely become fearless for sure, but in a
Mhm.
negative way. So
Yes, definitely.
it matters a lot. Mm.
Yes, it matters a lot. So family background matters a lot in child's development, right? If you
Yes, ma'am.
behave positive in your family, they'll adopt that positive things. And if you behave in a negative way, or the negative teachings uh, pass through from you to the child, they'll learn that negative things also, right? Okay, according to the sociology of education, family is the first agency of socialization of a child. It is said that family is the first agency of socialization of child, because a child is learn everything every first thing from their family, every first thing of their life from their family. So family plays a crucial role in the molding the personality of a child, right? Same as a social environment. You can understand this social environment also in that context only. The behavior of society should be in such a way that that a child can develop their personality in accordingly, right? So social environment should be provided, such social environment should be provided to the child so that they can develop themselves fully, right? Cultural environment, same as socio-cultural, you can say the same things you can covered in this 2 point, right? Nutrition is also one of the major point. It plays a crucial role in child's development. Yes, again, I would like to quote Swami Vivekananda here, that yes, he said that sound mind resides in sound body. So for that also, a child should be first of all physically fit. Only then they can concentrate in the study, right? So proper food should be provided to the children, and as a result, we can say as a result of that, the government of Gujarat introduced SSA, right? Or we can say that Madhyahan Bhojan Yojana, right, in primary schools, so that they have that malnutrition can be removed from that Madhyahan Bhojan Yojana, and if the child is physically fit, only then they can concentrate on this study. So nutrition is also one of the important point that need to be kept in mind. So nutritional food should be provided to the child so that they can enable themselves to learn. Fine. School environment. First of all, we discussed emotional environment, and then we'll move to school environment. Okay, emotional environment. Yes, see, such kind of emotional pampering, or we can say emotional touch should be provided to the child so that they can feel warmth, right? So it can be emotional environment can be provided from family, from school, from parent, sorry, from, we can say, relatives, and from neighbors, right? So emotional environment, or proper emotional environment should be provided to the child so that they can balance their emotions and enable, yes, themselves to learn. That is yes, for emotional development. And lastly, but not least, school environment. Okay, school environment plays a crucial role, we can say a very important role in child's development, because at the age of 5, child is started to going school. So it is the biggest responsibility of the school to develop, or yes, to develop a child in a harmonious way, or to develop the personality in a harmonious way. Okay, school environment, how it should be for the proper development of child. Yes, can anybody tell me which type of school environment should be provided to the child for the proper development of child? Mental, social, physical.
They should encourage the students,
Yes,
create interest.
yes,
Then there should be equality among all the students,
yes,
and
Maitri.
so that students can participate in various activities.
Yes, definitely. See, it is the responsibility of teacher to know the gems of the class, and to know who is sitting at back, and learning very seriously, right? So that is the responsibility of the teacher, to know the student's capacity, to know the student's strength. So the student or the child should be encouraged, or should be, we can say, yes, encouraged to participate in all the activities that are, conducted in school. That can be co-curricular activity, that can be curricular activity, right? First of all, the first responsibility of school is to develop social skill of the child, right? How to behave with others, how to, respond to the peers, how to deal with the teachers, how to deal with the parents, how to deal with the elders, how to deal with the society. So that are the, teachers responsibility to develop a social development, to focus on social development of child. The second thing I want to cover in school environment is that their personal, social, emotional, okay, physical development. Okay, physical development also should be focused in school through the various activities, right? Various sports, various, we can say, extracurricular activities, right? So physical development should be also monitored in school. And their intrapersonal skill development, right? Interpersonal skill, yes, intrapersonal, that is the that is the internal skill development, while intrapersonal is the skill which they need to, cope up with the others. They need to develop a skill to interact with others. So intrapersonal skill development is also the responsibility of school environment. So it is, like, the school environment is, what we can say, uh, it should be like, that provides all kinds of stages to develop a child, right? Child's ability. So that is all about the school environment.
Holistic development, ma'am.
Exactly, yes, yes, I'm not exactly getting that particular word. Yes, exactly, holistic development. The holistic development of the child should be done in school, right? Yes, thank you, Maitri. Okay, moving
Welcome.
ahead. At the end, I would like to conclude this point by saying that heredity is an internal factor, right? While, external environment is an external factor that determines child's growth and development. But both go hand in hand with determine the growth and development of child. Both are equally, both are having, equal importance. So they both go hand in hand to determine the growth and development of child. Okay, we'll have the sample questions. See, the weightage of the first unit in your CTET syllabus is 15 marks, and your first unit contains 13 subpoints. So hardly one question will be asked from this, this subpoint. So you need to prepare according to the weightage of the marks, right? Fine. These are the question. These are the question. A question from 2018 exam. Okay, society determines the roles of male and female. These statement articulates: A, gender as an inherent construct, gender as a hereditary endowment, gender as an intuitive construct, and gender as a social construct. Which is the right answer? Can anybody tell me? Society determines the roles of male and female.
Gender as a social construct.
Yes, Vikas, you are right. Gender is a social construct, right? It's not intuitive construct. It's not at all a hereditary endowment, and it's not at all inherent construct, right? It's a social construct which is socially acceptable, right? Okay, the next question is, which one of the following statement is true about the role of heredity and environment? It is also asked in 2018 paper, 2018 exam. First A option is, certain aspect of development are influenced more by heredity and others more by environment. The second one is, a child's ability to learn and perform is completely decided by the genes. The third one is good care and a nutritious diet can fight off any disorder a child is born with. And the fourth one is D is environment plays a significant role only in the child's language development. Sorry, here it's a plays, right? A spelling mistake is there. Environment plays a significant role, right? So which one of the following statement is true about the role of heredity and environment? Yes, will give me the answer.
Certain aspects of development are influenced more by heredity and others more by environment.
Yes, definitely. You are right. A answer. Yes, option A is the correct answer. Child's ability to learn and perform is completely decided by the genes. That is not that much appropriate as option A. Right. Good care and a nutritious diet can fight off any disorder. That is totally wrong. Environment plays a significant role only in the child's language development. That is also totally wrong. Right. Okay, moving ahead, the third question. Children acquire gender roles through all of the following except media, socialization, culture, and tutoring. Sorry, children acquire gender roles through all of the following except media, socialization, culture, and tutoring. Except which?
Tutoring, D.
Exactly, yes, tutoring. Because they can acquire through media, they can acquire through socialization and culture also, right? So tutoring is the correct answer for this question. Okay, the fourth one is the discipline which has a significant role in a learning environment is of the kind which helps option A children to regulate and monitor their own learning, option B to create silence, option C teachers to give instruction, and option D children wrote memories memorize their lessons. Discipline which has a significant role in a learning environment is of the kind which helps. Which is the correct answer?
A. A, I guess.
Yes, Vicky, you are right. It's A, children to regulate and monitor their own learning, right? Okay, the next and the last question, that is gender is a or an option A, biological determinant, B, psychological entity, C, social construct, or D, economic concept. Definitely, you can, have an idea by reading the option, which is the right answer.
Social construct, ma'am.
Biological
C.
determinant.
C. Social
No,
construct.
social.
It's a C. It's a C. Yes, it's a C. Social
Yeah,
construct, Maitri.
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Fine. Okay, that's it for today's session. Okay. Uh, Let me tell you one thing that in CTET examination, there is no such direct question will be asked in the exam. So you need to, develop your own thinking regarding the point. So there are the application based questions only in the examination. So you need to prepare accordingly. There are no kind of, direct questions in the exam. So for each and every point, you need to think critically. You need to develop your own thinking about that particular point, right? Only then you can answer the questions. So such type of questions will be asked in the exams. So your critical thinking should be developed for answer the questions, right? Okay, fine. If you are having any questions, you can ask now. Yes, any questions from your side? regarding this heredity and environment as an affecting factors on growth and development. Okay, nobody have any question? Okay, fine.
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, Maithili. Thank you. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.